just starting to settle in. My name is Erica Bray, and I'm honored to be guiding this meditation this evening. And there's a couple of options for sitting. You may be seated on a cushion, some pillows, elevating the hips so that you have some height under the seat. Maybe seated on a chair with your feet anchored on the ground. If they don't reach the ground, maybe slide a pillow underneath the soles of your feet. You might be lying on your couch or your bed, or maybe on the floor. There's no wrong body posture in meditation. It's really the intention you bring to the posture. So finding one that's going to support you in a way that's comfortable, but it's going to keep you awake. And for evening practices, it can be nice to have the palms facing down, drawing the shoulders back, and then softening the shoulders away from the ears. And then softening the eyes, the muscles around the eyes, maybe the eyelids close over your eyeballs. And just taking these first few moments to check in with yourself. If there's any small adjustment you can make in the body to make yourself that much more comfortable, go ahead and take it. Knowing that at any point in the course of the meditation, if you need to shift or there's some tension in the body that causes extreme discomfort, feel free to adjust. This isn't a competition of holding one posture for the length of time. And inviting with these next few breaths you take, the body to soften. So maybe moving into deep inhales and sighing on the exhale. And allowing the weight of the day, any concerns or worries or planning, judgments, whatever storylines about your life that you've been holding on to, let them go with the next few out breaths you take. You might feel them physically releasing from your body as you sigh your breath out. And for tonight's meditation practice, it's going to be one where I invite you to embody elements of nature. So bringing those elements of nature that surround us within us. Because even in the rush of the day-to-day, it can be challenging to remember that we too are part of nature. We are nature. And if you're still breathing in deeply, I invite you to release control of the breath. So just relaxing into a rhythm of breathing that's natural for you. Riding the rhythm of your unique breath. Feeling into the inhale as it travels up. You might feel the spine gently lift. Following that inhale as it loops into exhale and body softening as that breath travels down to the bottom of the exhale. and staying present for the transition as it moves back into the in-breath. And not worrying if the mind begins to tiptoe away from this focus on the breath. That's what the mind does. And this is where the meditation practice is so powerful. Or in that moment, you recognize the mind wandering. That's a victory. Simply escort your awareness back to either my voice, back to the breath, back to something that brings you back into your own body, back into this experience of right now. Not yesterday, not what's going to happen tomorrow, but right now. Just as you might train in the gym or a sport, some physical practice to strengthen your ability physically, what we're doing here is strengthening and both cultivating a flexibility of the mind and of the heart, being kind in those moments where the mind may meander, so that we can bring this practice into our daily life. So continuing to follow the rhythm of your breath. I share a quote from Etty Hillesum that will inform the duration of this practice. She writes, "Through me course wide rivers, and in me rise tall mountains. And beyond the thickets of my agitation and confusion, there stretch the wide plains of my peace and surrender. All landscapes are within me, and there is room for everything." And so the invitation next is to sense the following. Body like the mountain, breath like the wind, mind like the sky. Body like the mountain, majestic, rising tall amidst an environment of change, seasons changing, weather changing. Yet the mountain also evolving. So spending a few moments of silence, sensing into those qualities of the mountain that reside within you, bringing perhaps an image of a mountain you've beheld in your own life, or you've seen in pictures or in your dreams. Allowing your head to be the lofty peak, shoulders and arms cascading down softly the slope of the mountain, and your feet and legs as they rest and surrender into the support of whatever's beneath them, the base. And just knowing in the swirl of your day-to-day and your everyday life and the changing seasons and weather that occur. That this mountain, these qualities of the mountain reside within you. So taking just a handful of moments in silence to breathe as the mountain. As you draw your next breath in, shifting your awareness away from these qualities of the mountain embodied in the body and moving to the breath. Breath like the wind, ever flowing, gentle, and moving through space. There's a levity, a lightness that can come with a gentle wind. So sensing these qualities in your own breath. Taking the next handful of moments in silence to breathe like the wind. You may notice, you may feel the body gently moving as you breathe. This wind that is the breath, inspiring a gentle dance. Where are you feeling that movement, that dance right now? As you draw your next breath in through the nose, moving away from breath and opening up to the space between your ears, the mind. Mind like the sky. The mindfulness teacher and Buddhist nun Pema Chodron wrote, though you are the sky, everything else, it's just the weather. You are the sky, everything else, it's just the weather. So sensing the expansiveness that is the sky, that is your mind. Limitless, expanding. But yes, there are clouds and weather currents that travel through, perhaps hiding this blue, expansive sky. But they come and go. These thoughts come and go. So in the next spaces silence offered, resting in the spaciousness that is your sky. And if thoughts come, rather than push them away or get angry or frustrated, just rest easy, knowing they will come and they will go. Inviting them to float on by. Body like the mountain, breath like the wind, mind like the sky. Inviting these three elements within nature to unite within you, providing nourishment, calming effect, and drawing empowerment from the nature that resides within you. Through me course wide rivers, and in me rise tall mountains. And beyond the thickets of my agitation and confusion, there stretch the wide plains of my peace and surrender. All landscapes are within me, and there's room for everything. Moving into some deep, generous breaths. So you draw a deep breath in through the nose. Feel the lift of the chest, and exhaling, allowing the body to soften. Doing that a few times. Perhaps some of the deepest breaths you've felt all day today. Allow them to nourish and allow them to calm the body, the heart, the mind. And as you're ready, gently tucking your chin to your chest and keeping the eyes closed if they're closed. You feel called to place a hand at your heart, at your chest, at your belly, taking a few breaths here, feeling into that connection of breath and body, staying present to breath and body. And then opening the eyes as you feel ready, if they have been closed. Maybe rocking any sort of movement that feels natural for you to awaken the body. There's such power in the deep exhale. So, if anything else, as you get ready for bed and as you wake up tomorrow, you can always gift yourself that deep exhale and just watch, feel how that energy just permeates through the body and invites a softness, no matter where you are in state of mind and state of energy. So, my name is Erica, and I want to thank each of you for making space for yourself tonight to practice, recognizing it is a practice. So, I encourage a continuation, even if it's just a minute tomorrow, a minute each day of this week,